There he goes.
We're honestly never gonna need anything ever again. Feels really nice.
Brandon,
We're all powerful.
behind you.
Rigo. Oh my god. What is this?
What on earth are you talking about?
No. Rigo. You can bees too much sometimes.
Well, why don't you try it out for yourself?
Man, you know I suck at bee puns.
You gotta believe in yourself.
I don't have a clue.
You need to buzz the fuck off. Buzz off! Hey,
Hey,
everybody!
everyone!
How you doing here? And
Rando Bee Gaming.
And welcome back, guys, to
All the Mods 9 to the Sky.
Where today I am hosting today's video with my co-host, Brandon.
Hey, guys.
Now, as you guys could tell, from the little skit we had, we're going to be working directly into bees. So we're going to get straight into bees, going to talk about how they're going to benefit us, what their purpose is going to be, and how we can get them to also help us make the All the Mods star. Now, Brandon, do you have anything to say about today's video?
I think it's going to be great.
Kill yourself. Anyways. Alright, guys, so today we're going to go into the cave. Now, I have been working on the bees a little bit, just that way I can actually get some honeycomb for this video, because a lot of this stuff does like to take honey and or honeycomb. It's a pain in the ass. Now, as you can tell, I already have advanced beehives. We'll go over that in this video as well. Speed upgrades and all the upgrades that these bees need, and yeah, just go from there. So first, Brandon, we're gonna come to this chest.
Okay.
So you're gonna grab this bee's nest, the diamond helmet, honey treats, and the big book of bees.
Bees.
So what we're gonna do with the helmet and the hive, so in your crafting table, put the diamond helmet and the hive together.
Okay.
And you get what is called the bee's nest helmet. So this makes it to where all and every bee becomes your ally. So for example, yeah, they're pretty big, aren't they?
That is amazing, bro.
Yeah, they are really big, huh? I love them. So we're gonna start off on a few basic bees. So the endstone bee and the obsidian nest bee we will get to later. But Brandon, go ahead and grab either the stone, the gravel, or the dirt, and then a campfire. So I'm gonna grab the gravel and the stone. So these are gonna be our first bees that we need to acquire, because some of the bees that we need are going to be such as. Let me go into my big book of bees. Is going to be like the blue banded bee, the chocolate mining bee, the mason bee, nomad, neon cuckoo. Some of these bees are going to be needed for the bees that we're going to make. And we'll show you which ones those ones are. So, we're going to place down our campfires. Put down our nests. And put honey treats in them. So that way they can start getting ready.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Gotta love it. So now, just because we're cool like that, we're gonna use time in a bottle to speed these things up.
I see. Just use another treat.
And now, Brandon, if you go into the ME system and look at cage, there are a few bee caves in there. I'm gonna take the sturdy if you want to take a majority of the regular ones.
Woo!
So now, we're gonna wait for these bees to magically spawn into the wilderness.
We'll see. Hey, what's up?
So now what we have is an ashy mining bee. This one is going to be useful for later. So we're going to take him, and then we're going to wait for these two to finish up their thing. So now we have the blue banded and the chocolate mining bee, all of which are going to be needed. Now, as you can see, Brandon, I'll give you the ashy mining bee, just that way you can check stats. If you shift on them, you can see that each one has like so types are solitary. So these ones are only by themselves. They also have certain productivity, weather tolerance, behavior, endurance, temper, and it'll show you what they can breed with. Now we're gonna dive into the genetics here in a little bit once we start getting into more of the bee stuff. So now
genetics. These are my genes.
They're his genes. So now. I'm going to go over a few of the basic machines. So this is what is the centrifuge. This is what we're going to use when we squish the bees to make certain parts of the genes. Now, off camera, I did have a couple, just that way we could have them prepped and ready to go for this video. We have a honey generator, of which converts honey into energy, but we won't be needing this. I just wanted to show you guys this for later. We have an incubator. Hell yeah. We have an incubator that's supposed to help us make any type of spawn eggs for the bees. We just have to have the DNA and then put it into a treat with an egg. Catcher helps catch any bees within the area. You just have to have cages here, and then it will catch the bees for you if you ever have like rogue bees. But if you have simulation upgrades, then you really don't have to have the catcher. We have the breeding chamber, which helps us breed the bees to make more of the same one. This will also help if you want to breed more with better genes. It should help with that as well. And then obviously
now let's talk about the birds and the bees.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with the bees we are planning to make a couple bees today. So those being iron, gold, redstone, diamond, lapis, draconic. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry. Draconic, insanium, ancient debris ones. We already have an end one. More draconic. We have these three here. Draconic, a few power ones, just that way we actually have the stuff being made. Draconic, graphite, skystone, draconium for Brandon because sifting endstone isn't helping all that much. So I made a little plot.
We've gotten up to a decent amount, fairly at least now.
No, that's good. But yeah, a B for him. And then also in this video, I want to try and get us the Patrick Star Bee, and then I have a plot here for the Starry Bee once we actually have the block to give it to him. So yeah, those are the bees that we're pretty much going to be going over today. So, the first bee I want us to go over is the iron bee. So, the iron bee is going to need a crystalline bee and an ashy mining bee, of which Brandon, if you'd be so kind to offer over your ashy mining bee.
My ashy elbows.
So now that we have that, what we're going to need also is the crystalline bee. So, Brandon, if you'd be so kind
Tell me, how do you get the crystalline bee?
To get the crystalline bee, you need to have a quartz nest and a nether quartz. Now, I do have put aside in my backpack already a quartz mining bee.
Backpack.
Or not a quartz mining bee. A quartz nest. So what we're going to do, Brandon, grab, I don't know, like a stack of quartz from the EMC system. And then...
Ooh, I feel like we might be going to a certain place that we haven't been in a minute.
We're coming to the nether.
The nether.
So, now that we're here, plop. Brandon, would you be so kind?
Yeah. I don't wait for shit.
That's fair. And boom! We have...
That's the crystalline bee!
We have the crystalline bee, which also apparently gives us quartz, so either way, we make quartz very fast, so that's what the crystalline bee looks like.
Could we make rose quartz in the future, Rigo?
We actually could.
Whoa.
So now that we have the crystalline bee, I'm going to have Brandon show his viewers how to make it. So Brandon grabbed like 2 flowers from the ME system. So he's going to put the crystalline honeybee and the ashy, I'll put the ashy mining bee. And watch this. It takes the flowers, it gets the recipe for the iron bee ready. As he speeds it up, boom. We now have the iron bee.
And it can continue? Oh, it uses them. Okay, I was like, wait, it can...
oh, no, I have them. No, you can continuously breed them.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah, so with the bees, you can literally continuously breed them. And they just... It's crazy. You can... I'll show you guys later in the future. But yeah, you can literally just make as many as you want with the same genes no matter what, and they become overpowered. So now that we have our first iron bee...
explanation time. I have like an ADHD moment really quick. I'm sorry for interrupting, but hear me out. So the reason that Rigo is so into these bees and everything, when the bee update came out, he no-lifed that shit.
I love bees, dude! Well,
and so
IRL, they kind of suck.
I barely know anything about the bee mod, like, in general. And bees, like vanilla bees. So like a lot of this stuff, even if it's base vanilla, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't know. So it's gonna be fascinating to me all the time. Okay, back to Rigo.
So fun fact, bumblebees are okay. IRL. This is IRL. I'm okay with bumblebees. I don't like wasps, hornets. Those ones, I have so many in my yard. They just like to attack me. So now, Brandon, we are going to make what is called an advanced beehive. So to make an advanced beehive, we can make it anything. We can make it oak, we can make it whatever we want. We are going to make...
An oak one?
You can make whatever. I want you to make it, Brandon. This is a teaching moment for you since you don't know how to do a lot of this mod.
Okay, advanced beehive. Woo.
So what we're gonna do is now that we have the advanced beehive, we're gonna place it down. And notice how we can't really put bees in here or have a spot for upgrades. So what we're gonna do next, this is gonna be useful for later. Let me snap my fingers and get these placed down. All right, and with that being said, all of these are placed down. So now, what we're gonna need is an expansion box. So look up expansion box or expansion hive. So you're gonna get an oak one. So now that we got some, as you can see, we now have slots for our upgrades and 2 more bee slots. So now that we have the iron bee, what we want it to do is have it producing just like these ones. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make an upgrade for this simulator upgrade. So for that, what we're gonna need is to first off make an anti-teleportation one, of which is 4 ender pearls and then all this. We need to make an upgrade base to even start. So what we're gonna do is have honey treats and all this jazz to craft. Brandon, there's 30 in the system. So now with that being said, we're gonna make anti-teleportation.
There's 9 anti-teleportations in the system.
Well, that's good. And now we just make the simulation ones, and then once you right click, shift right click, boom. It is now inside the system.
Oh.
So now, Brandon, if you would be willing to do the honors of putting the bee inside. The iron bee is now currently inside and ready to produce. Now, it is an adult or a child, so it's going to be a minute since it can actually do anything. However, what we're going to get into is what I like to call feeding slabs. Now, that's literally the name of what they are. So so in here, I have some feeding slabs. So now, I made a discovery. You could either put the block directly in front on the floor. So let's say, since it's an iron bee, you'd put the iron block right here, where the iron would go. Or you can put this feeding slab. Of which, I think the feeding slab is better for certain ones rather than the other ones. And then, now that we have the feeding slab, we are now going to put a couple iron blocks just for funsies. And then, boom, boom, boom. You put them in there.
And they, like, sit on there.
It pretty much acts like it sits on it. It's going to grow up, and then it's going to produce what we need it to produce, such for iron honeycombs. Then we'll have a whole system set up, obviously, above the bees to have it get produced, turned, and made into the combs that we need, melt down the combs, and then have that produce what we need it to produce.
Heck yeah.
Isn't that so much fun?
It's so much fun.
Man, I love being a beekeeper. Editor, put a clip of Jerry being a beekeeper. That is me. Core for real, for real.
I've been getting into beekeeping lately.
So now, you can mark off the iron bee off of our little thingy. You could also do it with the, the machine.
Okay, I just wanted to point this out. Did you see this guy's productivity and everything that he has?
Really high, yeah. Or not really high, but pretty high. Now, we can make it even better.
Really?
And I'll show you how. It involves these hats. However, let's get into the gold bee first.
Got it.
So now, we're going to get into the gold bee, which is pretty easy. We just go to the nether, use a nether gold nest, and then put gold in it. Okay, guys.
Why are you like this?
Anyways, we got the golden bee now. So we got the little gold bee. Now we're gonna put a feeding slab here. We're gonna put our
bee.
We're gonna put our little bee inside with the simulation thingy. Take him out, or not take that out. Take that out. And now we have our gold bee. Now we just put the food here. Bada bing, bada boom, and now does its stuff that it needs to do. Oh, our iron bee is working.
Iron combs!
We now have our first iron comb. So this little gold bee is going to be doing the same thing. So yeah, I'm going to quickly put down these expansion boxes for the rest of these that we need to put down. Give me just a sec. Alright, it's done! As you can see, pretty quick. Pretty nice, you know? All just so magical, you know? Anyways, now that we have our gold bee done, our next bee that we're going to work on is redstone! Yay! So to make redstone, we need the glowing bee and the chocolate mining bee. Now, we were lucky enough to get the chocolate mining bee earlier, so we now have the chocolate mining bee, but we need the glowing bee. To get the glowing bee, we need the mason bee and that's gold. Whoops. Ah, here it is. A glowstone nest and some glowstone.
Glowstone and a wooden sword?
Absolutely.
Why? Why?
Because it's funny.
Man, this sucks. We don't have any wooden swords, man. Haha, we do now.
Heck yeah. Now we go to
The
Nether!
Nether!
Alright, Brandon. So now, if you want to place down that, and we need glowstone to put inside of it.
Okay.
So now that we put glowstone in here, it's going to give us... the glowing bee! Get over here. Get over here. Okay. Now that we got our glowing bee, we are going to combine this little feller with our chocolate mining bee. So, Brandon, would you ever be so kind of putting in the flowers for us?
Yes, sir.
So now that we have the flowers in there, what we're going to do is it's going to have the redstone mining bee. I don't have any cages. That's fantastic. So, now that we have the redstone bee, Brandon's going to put the feeding slab. You want to put some redstone blocks right there, good sir?
Yeah, our 23 million redstone blocks.
It's fine, it's fine. Now that we have that, simulation upgrade and redstone bee. That's the glowing bee. Redstone bee. Now it's ready to produce, and let's see how our gold one is now producing as well.
Gold cones, iron cones.
So pretty much every other bee is the same. So, for example, we have an ender bee from when we went to the end. So thanks to episode 9. 8. Thanks to episode 8, the ender bee. We got the ender bee. And then we'll also show you how to get the lapis bee. And that's how you get the diamond bee. To get the lapis bee, you need a blue banded bee and a redstone bee, of which we already got. The blue banded can be obtained by spawning it in any kind of like wood log, such as acacia, cherry nest, and dark oak nest. Now, one bee I do want to get into, compared to the rest of these, is the draconic bee. Now, the draconic bee is a bit of a crazier bee for the fact that this single bee will single-handedly make production almost 100 times better, if not over 1,000 times better. Because this guy right here, this little bee, if you have enough of them, will create what is called draconic dust, which then will be crafted into draconic chunks, which is then used for the productivity
Omega
upgrades. Now those will pretty much boost our productivity for these bees over 1,000 times more, of which is going to be useful for stuff as the Patrick Star bee and the other bees that are to come. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the draconic bees real quick. So for the draconic bee, we need the obsidian nest. So Brandon, are you ready for this?
Yes.
So to make the draconic bee, we need dragon's breath, of which was generously provided by Brandon last episode.
324,000. Nothing much.
Oh, perfect. And you have the food source for them. Brandon, you're so cool.
Dragon eggs?
Yep, dragon eggs. So now we're going to the end. So now that we're here, we're going to place down our obsidian nest and just spam a bunch of this in here just to get it done and over with pretty fast. We don't need this campfire, by the way. And boom! We have our first draconic bee. Now, this bee, funnily enough, can... oh, here you go, Brandon, just in case. This bee is a weird one. So this one is pretty aggressive. So as you can see, its temper is aggressive, but its endurance is strong. That's what we need. We need a very strong endurance. Now, I'm going to show you guys. As you can see, it also says breeding items is 2 draconic dust. Brandon, if you want to check out the stats for that bee. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of these bees going. And then, after we get a couple of these bees, we're going to show you what they can do and some genetics we can have them do to produce while we're making the other bees. All right, guys. Ooh. So we got 12 of these guys. So, Brandon, I'm going to give you 6.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take 6. So what we're gonna do with these guys is we're actually gonna do something. Brandon, would you grab and craft a couple more bee treats, please?
Bee treats. Yeah.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come to this gene indexer, and as you can see, it has a lot of different bee genetics. Now, this is where things get interesting. I'm going to go over how and where you can get these genes. So weather tolerance for any, you have to go fishing for things such as the bee, the oily, or the Patrick Star bee, because they live in the water, they have any tolerance to any weather. To get the high productivity, you can pretty much get it from any bee.
Is there a very high productivity? I swear I've seen one.
There is, and we'll get to that in just a second. And we also have a passive one, of which only comes from certain bees. I've noticed, because I was experimenting, that Hellforged and the Life Essence bees actually carry the passive gene. So that's good. We also have Endurance, of which the Prismarine bee had given us. And then just their samples right here. So now, Brandon, in my backpack, I do have some higher tier material here. Now, as the viewers can see on my end, I have more bees in here, and I will go over them here momentarily. Now, Brandon, how do you think this is gonna go now that we have the honey treats?
I have 53 of them.
Are you ready to see what we can do with these bees?
Yes.
We are going to grab 1 draconic bee each.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go into my backpack.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
And I'm gonna give you 1 of each of these genes that we need. So now these genes you're gonna craft with your treats. I will do the same. So now you're probably wondering, Rico, where did you get half of these genes?
Don't you worry your pretty little head about that, baby girl. I'll explain it to you in just a second.
But what we're gonna do now is, once you get those honey treats crafted with these genes, so we're gonna get them crafted, made, and ready to go. So now I'm gonna do something, and I want you to see how I do it. Okay? So I'm gonna go in here, place the bee down, and feed him all the treats. So now when you come in here and see this bee, you'll see that it has productivity of very high, weather tolerance any, metaternal, endurance, strong, and then passive temper. So now, Brandon, if you would like to convert one of your bees into a master bee.
Master bee, I like it.
Thank you.
Ooh.
So now that we have 2 master bees, we are going to make a plot specifically designed for these guys. We are going to make a nicer looking beehive, because why the hell not?
Green.
Alright, Brandon, I'm going to let you choose any block here that you want to have turned into this beehive. So you have canvas.
Canvas.
Ooh, which canvas would you like? Just regular oak?
Grimwood.
Alright, Brandon. So if you want to get the Grimwood, what we have to do is make a regular oak canvas one and an expansion box for it. And then we're going to go take it to a stone cutter and get it made into the Grimwood. Are you ready?
Heck yeah.
Alright, let's go get it done, shall we? So now we have the Grimwood one. So Brandon, do you also have the expansion box as well?
No.
Alright, now that we got the Grimwood one, which actually looks really nice, all seasonal and stuff. So now we're gonna put a simulator upgrade and put mine and Brandon's master bees in here. Now that we're in here, we're gonna put the rest of these draconic bees, at least some of mine, and so that way they could start production on what we need. We'll breed them later once we get production from them. So now what we're gonna do is, Brandon, if you would be so kind to grab me 3 dragon eggs. You already got it. So what we're gonna do, I think some fell down the hole. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this down and then put 3 dragon eggs. So now they should start feeding from that, and with that, with all 5, should start producing relatively fast. So if we do want them to be faster, what we could do is make these things for, speed upgrades for them. So, Brandon, if you want to look up the speed upgrades.
Pretty much the same speed upgrades as these, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. We're just going to grab 2. We're going to grab just 2 for now. And then, boom. So this is going to help it to where that's less time spent inside of the hive. So for the simulation, because they're always in the hive, it's going to reduce the time it takes for them to take a break. So these guys are pretty much working almost around the, at least these 2 are going to be working day and night. These guys are going to be working only the day until we get them to breed with these ones, as to where, you know, we'll have better bees. So we're going to let these bees run while we work on the rest of the bees. So the remainder of the bees that we're going to make are the ancient bee, which is a diamond bee using a block of netherite. A coal bee using a leaf cutter and a magmatic. We just get another brick nest. A a sky steel one for Brandon. So we're gonna get a spatial bee.
How about we show him like the spawn eggs and stuff? Because the spawn eggs have some fun crafting recipes and stuff, right?
That's what I'm showing. At least for the sky steel bee.
Oh, I was saying like actually go and do them.
Oh, we could, yeah, maybe. Well, there's some of them we need to make anyways. Not all of them.
Okay.
The Insanium Bee, of which we got to do the exact same way we would with anything else for Mystical Agricultures. Spatial Bee, of which we're going to need to make the Sky Steel Bee, which is Ender Bee and Crystalline Bee. We already have the N-Bee. Now the power ones, such as the Crystallized, Blazing Crystal, and Niotic Crystal, those ones are a bit, you know.
A bit pricey.
Now, we're going to get those started to, you know, get their busy bees going. We're going to get those finished up, made, and then we'll be right back.
Hey guys. Hey guys. So we did a thing. Yeah. So
I don't know if y'all know what's going on here, but it's a lot.
yeah, so you know how we said we would do a couple of these bees and then start going? Yeah, I was wrong. All of our bees are maxed out, fully upgraded, kitted out, ready to go. As you guys can see, yeah, we also have draconic bees with Omega productivity.
Omega upgrades.
Yeah, yeah, we also have 3 new bees, or 5, I guess. We have uranium, we have uraninite, we have emerald, we have nitro, spirited, and then obviously the other ones I was going to work on. Now,
Dude, let's talk about how hard these were to get, because you had to work hella hard on them, and I want you to get the credit, bro.
so first of all, we had made a productivity omegas for these things. These take forever to make. I kid you not. I don't know if you guys saw that title card. 3 days. So it took us 3 days, not because it took us 3 days to do all of this. It would have taken only a couple hours. Let's just say Brandon had some IRL experience issues that he was experiencing a lot of technical difficulties in you know, his personal life. So because of that,
I really want the truth. My car broke down while I was working on my car. My phone broke, and then I had to buy a phone.
Very inconvenient towards Brandon, and I felt bad. But for his simple and yet very much needed return, I had made sure all of this was ready for him. So I got all the bees. I had all the bees ready for him by the time he came on, and he helped me make the productivity omegas, of which, if you guys don't know the crafting recipe for it, I
mean, if you look in the ME system, so look up omega. So just go ahead and set the crafting recipe to 1. This will tell you all of the items that we need in total for this.
Lord have mercy, we need a stack of the alphas?
Yeah.
Look at all of this stuff, guys. I wish I was making this shit up when I say me and Brandon. Well, Brandon had helped me make the autocraft, but I was hard at work for 3 days getting this shit prepped for us. And what happened? We come back to all of this, and he was surprised. We also have a lot more genes. This isn't all of it. I cut it down a little bit because it was just too much, so I threw some away. But yeah, we have all the good genes, and like I said, we'll go over how to get all these genes and stuff here in a second. But yeah, so yeah, we now have all of these fine dandy resources being made, and what was fun was making the ones that can't reproduce with each other, and I had to make more of them. Those were my favorite parts. Also, also because it's been 3 days, I know you guys can probably tell that there's a difference in the audio for my voice. I had also gotten a new microphone in those past 3 days, so hopefully this microphone helps with a lot of noise suppression and, you know, just picking up my voice a little bit better without it picking up a lot of background sound. So yeah, you're gonna hear 2 different audio voice regos in this video.
It might be interesting. It might be cringe. Who knows?
It's going to be sad because I didn't expect this to be 3 days.
All right. So what are we moving into next? Now that we have pretty much every resource in the game now.
Literally, I wanted to move on to genetics. So, so for example, the weather tolerance of Ennies you could get from fishing certain bees. So, Brandon, we're gonna go fishing. Brandon, you ready?
Hell yeah.
We're gonna come in this hyperbox that's completely dark and has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that we're gonna just fish. I hate you because that was good.
Oh!
Here's our first bee. This one is the oily bee. As you can tell, we have the hats on, so it won't attack us. But this is where you also get. Oh, it doesn't have the weather endurance. Oh well.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, I was just about to do the same thing. Dylan,
Oh,
we're in a cup right now.
Opa! Here we go. So for example, the water bee is going to give us the weather tolerance of any. So these are the bees that we're going to want to look for out in the wilderness. These ones are always good.
Oh. He did. He was dancing and he was enjoying life, but you had to kill him.
Let's just say I've already made billions upon billions of copies of those.
The audio
Here we go.
Whoa.
So
this one's cool.
So this one's the prismarine bee. This one is what gives us our strong endurance and gives it a higher health towards the bee. It also gives us the hostile, of which we don't really. It's not attacking us because we have the helmets on. But these bees usually are the most productive. They also give us a high tolerance thing. So the Patrick Star, or the Patrick bee, this one actually you also get from fishing. I had caught 3 the first time I had gone fishing. Like I said, 3 days of just doing nothing really gets to you. So yeah, I had gotten 3 Patrick bees to help us with any more production that we need. But so yeah, that's where you get your weather tolerance and your endurance. So your behavior, such as day or night cycle, you have to leave bees out day and night for a little while to be able to get that gene. And then passive temper, normal temper, all that you can get from any other bees. Now, one gene in particular that I would like to talk about is the gene sample. Brandon, would you do the honors of taking off your helmet?
Yes, sir.
And hit me.
Wah.
Hit me.
Wah.
Hit me. Hit me. All right, stop.
Hello, kamikaze.
Put on your helmet. Put on your helmet. All right, so it's not going to attack you, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Well, they really do like to kamikaze. All right, watch.
Hey, yo.
I'm going to beat you up. Anyways, that's the kamikaze bee. The kamikaze bee is the hardest working bee out there. Why? Because it wants to commit suicide on you.
Like me Wait, what?
Huh? Anyways. So the kamikaze bee is what gets us our very high productivity because those bees are on a mission. So for the kamikaze bee, you have very hostile genes. You have a weak endurance. They're only dineural, and then they have a very high productivity. So for example, if Brandon hits me again, aha! As you can see, this is the kamikaze bee. It has a behavior of wanting to attack whoever it is. As you guys can see, it says hostile, weak, dineural, no weather tolerance, but a very high productivity because it's trying to kill whoever he's attacking.
I will take it out on you too.
So that's how we got those. We had to crush a few of those bees, get them breeded together, stuff like that, and that's how we ended up getting our bees. Oh, he's up here, Brandon.
Oh, hello there. Hello there. How are you doing today? You're doing well, I see.
So yeah, that's how we get the kamikaze bees. So with all those being combined together will get us the perfect gene pool, of which, as we've shown before, we have on every bee. So
yeah, it's freaking awesome. They're really fast. And so I have a total of 44 hours on my time in the bottle. I used like 15 hours on the draconic ones to get the Omega upgrades like an hour ago too.
And my bottle has a total accumulated time of almost 100 hours, and I only have 24. Why?
Okay, but I do have to admit this is my second time in the bottle. So
so in here is where we have a few of our extra bees and stuff, especially with the spawn eggs and stuff. And what are you doing? Why are you playing with this?
Hi, Skelly. This guy's name is Grim. We chillin'.
Grim. We pretty much have gone over everything that we needed. Which bees we needed, how they were made, and pretty much what we needed for them. Now, what we needed for them was actually for an inactive dragon egg. So, for example, the inactive dragon egg actually needs all these draconic chunks and then an egg of our choice, of which we already have thanks to, 3 days of of hard work and suffering.
Woo!
So now with this draconic dragon egg, or this inactive dragon egg, we are actually another step closer to the star, because we actually needed the egg for
That
the
egg's gone, bro.
dragon. The what?
That egg's gone.
That's fine. We actually needed it for the dragon soul. As you can see, we still have so much more we have to do, such as the piglet heart. We need to get into mechanism reactors for that type of stuff. We got to get into draconic evolution, you know, occultism.
We got Ars Nova.
And Ars Nova. Yeah, Ars Nova. Oh my god. We still have like a bunch of mods to go through before we can even craft this.
But Tanya, that one is a fun one.
That one is a fun one.
But Draconic Evolution, we need a lot more power. So maybe a little hint into the next video. I don't know.
Oh my god. Hopefully. But that's honestly all that's for this video. Honestly, sorry it took so long. That's all pretty much I had for this video. There was nothing much else to go over. It wasn't supposed to be as long as I thought it was going to be, but it was pretty long. But honestly, yeah, these bees took forever, and I wanna cry. Also, bonus, something that I had been working on before these bees. Brandon, if you want to come over here. To get prepped for this video, I was actually practicing with the bees to get us more life essence. So, I had made a lot of life essence bees over here to make us blood consistently and constantly. So, this was like done a couple days before this video had been, you know, planned and recorded. So, yeah, yeah, nice little tidbit of, you know, this stuff.
Yeah, and it's literally like we don't have to get any life essence ever.
It's so nice. It's so nice. But yeah, Brandon, you got anything else you want to add to this video before it gets too long?
Yo, check out Rigo's Discord, because I still don't got one.
Woo!
And
Yeah.
also go check out my channel because I'm pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Go check them out, guys. But yeah, honestly,
All right, guys.
thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry it kind of was all over the place, and, you know, things just happen. You know, things happen, and it's just kind of out of our control. But we still try and record for you guys where we can, and because we really do appreciate you guys so much. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channels if you guys are new. Turn on post notifications for both of the channels. That way you can get notified whenever I or Brandon post a video. Go check out a post that he actually posted not too long ago about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, guys. Booey. Anyways, that's probably that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.
And as always, guys, have a great day.